What is up, people? My name is Richie. This is a cool hat, and I'm running you through today's review. Today was a pretty interesting day. Let me just clear these drawings off so you can see what I am talking about. So today was a pretty interesting day. Bitcoin Cash. Waiting for that to do something. However, the Asian market was bearish this morning, so there's not much going on with that. I'll put my drawings back on. This is a tweet that I put out today to alert people of this trade. But as you can see, I'll clear most of this off. The trade has not been triggered yet, and I will show you why. Oh, there we go. Get rid of the fib. So we've obviously got this management zone here and this management zone here. And as you can see, price is touching around here and it's coming up and messing around with the bottom half of that management zone. And as you can also see, previously, price has jumped around within that zone as well. If we scroll back, you can see that management zone at the top starts here from the previous high and a bit of a tiny consolidation zone. Actually, we could be even better and pull that right back to that move. And you can see as price used that on the bottom, used the actual box, and then continued over here. The same as this one. This one actually goes back in time like quite a fair bit. It comes right back here. So let me just pull that across so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And there we go. So if I just scroll in there, we've got the highs here, another high here, broke out down here. Then we've got these zones here. It's touching, bouncing along the top of it. Come back here, we've got price comes down into it, comes back up to it, bounces around a bit inside, and then decides to take off. That's where we created the second zone. So what is there to report on Bitcash right now? Not much. We are in a consolidation period for sure. Let me just highlight that for you. So we're in a holding phase. So if we go to the top of the wicks and the bottom of the wick there, actually put that into the future a little bit. There we go. If I zoom in on that, that is our consolidation zone through there. What we're waiting for is price to break above and close, or break below and close. If it does so, we don't enter. We wait for it to get back into a bullish trend. Cool. So that is Bitcoin Cash. Ethereum is much of a muchness as well. All of the charts today are that, except for we did have our trade triggered and we did take our profit out. And as you can see, the measurement of that particular trade was absolutely 100% correct. Price went up. It actually went up a little bit higher, but we're not going to cry over spilt milk here. Price went higher. Our trade got triggered. Our trade got closed. We took our profit and ran away with it. And now, one vital lesson here is you can see where our target's been set. Okay, our target was at 478. That's what we mentioned. That's what it hit. It did go higher. Now, you would be fair in running that trade a little bit higher, but this is where things get tricky. This engulfing candle, you could never have seen that coming. So if your trade did go up there, your trade would have come down, and right there on the break-even point, on your entry point, right here, let me just get rid of this, pull this back over here, right there where that dot is your entry point. So you would have been, your profit would have pulled back to zero. You would have hoped that you had luck on your side, which you obviously didn't by the open of the next candle, pulled down, and it would have stopped you out, because look how far the wick went down. The wick went down basically to the bottom of that management zone. So that would have been a wasted trade if you had let greed take over your state of mind. Now what's happening with this is, again, we're in another consolidation period. We are waiting for price to break out of this zone. So yellow box is the consolidation zone. Blue box is a management period. You can see we're half in, half out of that. We are waiting for price to break above and close for an entry point. If it breaks below and closes, we're not going near it. Okay, so what's going on with the famous Bitcoin? As you can see, our trade was triggered as well. So we said price is going to get triggered here, and it did, because it broke out of that management zone right there. So our trade got triggered where my cursor is now. It shot up. The target was 5.23%, which, as you can see, it hit. We automatically ended that trade, and you see a couple candles later. Well, it was actually on this this bear candle here that our trade got closed, and then price pulled back, went up. It looked like it was going to go up, but again, I'm already looking down here. We've got we've got deceleration happening here. We've got deceleration happening here. So from this big bull candle, the next candle does close bull. However, the wick on it shows me there's a massive argument between the bulls and the bears. The third candle here confirms that. The fourth one is major confirmation. By the time it hit this bull candle here, I'm really looking at price, because I don't want it to turn on me. I don't want it to get up to a point and just reverse. As you can see, it did here 5 hours later. We got automatically closed out of this position 6 hours into it, and then we had two more bull candles. I'm tongue-tied today. I don't know what's going on. Must be the hat squeezing my tiny brain. Two more bull candles, a bear candle, but as you can see, look at the size of these candles. They're all miniature. There is nothing happening. There's no volume in the market. There's no momentum in the market. There is nothing happening. And as you can see down here with my volume indicator, you see volume is creeping back into the place, and then it just goes bam. That's where we had that bear run, sorry. So if you were, again, being greedy and trying to maximize this trade for whatever reason, greed would have got the better of you. You would have come down and you would have got stopped out again. Not much fun. That would have been two trades from two greedy moves that you were not sitting tight on. Price pulls down, goes back up. Right now, you can see I've got a secondary trend line going through this here. We'll pull it down here to be fair. Underneath the bottom here, we've got a touch here, and it starts here. Now, again, we're waiting for this to come out of this consolidation period and do something new for us, go into another higher high, hopefully. Point that I am wary of right now is this lower high. So if price pulls down below, let me just get rid of this. If price does pull down below this level here and closes, let me make that a different color so you can see it. There we go. If price breaks down below this purple line and closes, then we know that we have just reached the first lower low. Okay, so we've already got a lower high here. Hopefully price turns and goes straight back up, and it does close. Even if it just closes marginally above that high, we're still good to go. So if we put that on that at the top, and we pull that across. So this is basically our telltale level, right? So if price breaks up and it closes above this line, then we know we're still in a bullish move. However, if price pulls down and closes below this line, the bears have kicked back in. We could be seeing another retrace down to anywhere around this $10,000 level. That's a really significant psychological level at the moment. Price just keeps pulling back to it. It's acting, the magnetic force of that $10,000 level is probably the strongest level we have on Bitcoin, other than the $8,000 level. I think it's like 8,200, 8,300. So what we're wanting to do is we're going to keep this consolidation zone on price, and we're going to monitor it candle by candle. Okay, so we're going to pull that out into the future as well. So this is going to be our first indication of what's going on. If price pulls down and breaks below it, we're going bear. We know that we're not going to be in a trade for probably another couple of days. If price breaks above it and closes, we know that we're probably going to head up and above this line, which would also indicate that we're in a higher high scenario. Bullish trend is continuing. And if that is the case, I did mention that we're looking at about the $12,000 mark this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. If it happens earlier, fantastic. I'll reassess the situation and we'll go from there. So that is today's recap. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, put them down below. Love to hear feedback, love to answer questions. Our knowledge is your knowledge. That's why Ed and I do this. We believe in free education. Until tomorrow. Actually, Ed will be doing the review tomorrow. So until I see you on Wednesday, ciao, have a good night, and happy trading.
Hey guys, thanks for watching today's episode. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button below and also the notifications button so you don't miss out when the next episode comes out. Also follow us on the Facebook, get amongst the discussion over there, and also follow us on the Twitter. That's where Richie posts all of his badass trades you don't want to miss out. See you soon.